the day. I'm gonna do this by myself, so get used to my voice. Skating in white jerseys for this game, we have Baja Roller Derby. Number 110, Koshu. Number 13, Queen Bee. Number 16, Carly Quinn. Number 247, Gooey. Number 31, Janibal. Number 423, Oogie Boogie. Number 47, AK. Number 5, Valerito. Number 66, Sugar Rage. Number 686, Cat Attack. Number 8, Pony. Number 823, Spicy Icy. Number 90, Jackie. And number 93, Sandrine. Skating in the blue jerseys this time, Santa Cruz Roller Derby, Boardwalk Bombshells. Yes, blue shirts, white helmet. Number 1384, Heloise. Number 149, Catastrophe. Number 15, Death Gen Wreckers. Number 22, Cleopatra Catastrophe. Number 23, Barry Blitz. Number 26, Amanda Conda. Number 3, Ace Ventura. Number 41, Queen Litigious. Number 51, Toxic Bliss. 59, Climax. 63, Switchblade Sister. 65, Rick the Brick. 888, O'Kraken Whip. 897, Ms. Teaser. And number 95, Splendora. All right, I'm gonna catch my breath. They're gonna start skating, and then I'm gonna talk a lot. All right, coming to the line first, we have Climax in the blue jersey for Santa Cruz. First, Climax is gonna go back and get their numbers put on their arms there. And in the white jersey, number 31, that is Janibal. Woo. I got water on it, sorry.
All right, teach me.
Thank you. All right, so as that whistle blows, we see Climax going up to the front and finding that full wall of Baja blockers holding on. Looks like Climax is getting recycled back there. That was Koshu doing the recycle. Up at the front, Janibal still trying to get past Climax, sneaking out and stealing that lead jam for Santa Cruz, taking that first lead jam of the last game of day 3 of the first Bearhouse Brawl. Got to get that out of my system. Got to get my buttons right. That jam ended with Climax putting 3 points on the board for the Boardwalk Bombshells. Now on the line, oh look, Climax is back out there again. That'll be their second jam in a row. And jamming for Baja is AK. Climax getting recycled back to the back of the pack by Pony, number 8 in the white jersey. And it looks like AK is going to take the lead status for this jam as both teams send a blocker over to the ACS penalty box. Climax now out of the pack as well. That pack moving fast. That is a very small pack right now, though. We have a lot of blockers over there in that ACS penalty box. It looks like everybody's super excited to start the game. 3 points on the board for Baja in that last jam. So tie game as we head into jam 3. And we've got Sandrine jamming for Baja against Rick the Brick for Santa Cruz. Rick looking to the outside, finding those Baja blockers right there. Meanwhile, Sandrine finding an entire wall of blue, a wave of blue, if you will, because they're Santa Cruz. And slowly but surely, that ACS penalty box has cleared out, and we do have a full pack on the track again, making it a little less simple for those jammers to pop out of the pack. Sandrine's still here at the back, now pushing at the front as Santa Cruz's blockers all move up to the front. In the back, Rick the Brick still finding those Baja blockers right in the way. I see 4-2-3, that's Oogie Boogie, and I believe Cat Attack. It is the end of the weekend, that pack bridging out there. Everybody kind of trying to make sure both ends of the pack are in play. Man, those blockers not giving the jammers an easy time in this last game. We are over a minute into jam 3 with no lead jammer assessed yet. No penalties being assessed since the pack returned to the track either. I should not have said that out loud, though, because as soon as I do, it'll happen. Man, absolute standstill blocking in the best possible way. Finally, we see something there. Rick the Brick getting knocked to the outside and recycled back. At the same time, Sandrine is knocked to the inside and recycled back. That is Splendora doing that recycle, or Splenda, as I was told by Splenda to call them that. And we kind of switched places there with Rick the Brick at the front now and Sandrine at the back. Swinging around there. Looks like lead was assessed at the last second, or did we go full 2 minutes? I missed what happened there.
No, it was assessed.
Okay. Lead was issued to Sandrine in white, and Sandrine called it off immediately. Spicy Icy coming to the line for Baja against Barry Blitz for Santa Cruz. Spicy Icy going to the outside, getting hit out and recycled all the way back to the back of the pack by Queen Litigious. In the meantime, up at the front there, Barry Blitz finding those Baja blockers. Man, that pack is just almost a full scrum pack, or 2 separate little scrum packs. Santa Cruz trading a blocker for the pivot in that ACS penalty box. And Spicy Icy out of the pack now with lead status for Baja. Spicy through the pack, putting 4 points on the board, bringing Baja up to 7 points, breaking that tie after the last couple of jams remaining scoreless. No, the last jam remaining scoreless. Spicy Icy now out again, increasing that score to 11. Santa Cruz had a significant blocker disadvantage there. Spicy Icy going through one last time, putting 4 points on the board before Barry Blitz can get back into the pack on a scoring pass. Now we have, Jannibal back out there with Climax. And I'm hesitant to say it, but that ACS penalty box is clear, and we have a full pack on the track. Climax using those toe stops on the inside lane, trying to push through, finding, well, actually it was Jannibal in the way. And, ooh, that was a nice hop over it down skater. High block being assessed to Jannibal. So although the, I'm not sure.
He was attempted and she got a penalty.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if the penalty was before the assessment of lead or after.
It was before.
So Climax still able to get that lead, which is awesome. Climax now in a position to put some points on the board for the Bombshells and narrow that 12-point lead that Baja has scrabbled to get. It is game 15, and my tongue and mouth know it. Climax still in that pack. Jannibal returning to the track, getting through on the initial pass, and 3 points awarded to Bombshells in that last jam before it was called off. AK on the line for Baja, and that is Def Jen on the line, also known as DJ. That pack scrumming up there on the Sacramento Copy and Print jam line. Splenda headed to the ACS penalty box up at the front. Both jammers getting recycled back to the back of the pack. This time it is Pony recycling DJ back to the back of the pack, and AK has gotten out and won that lead jammer status for Baja and is approaching the back of the pack to get back in for a scoring lap. Santa Cruz blockers building that wall up there. We have a penalty being assessed to the Santa Cruz pivot. So DJ's still out there on the track. It looks like there is a star stash happening. AK approaching the pack on a second scoring pass, DJ getting knocked out and recycled back again. Santa Cruz sending a second blocker to the penalty box. Oh, that's Splenda going back. That's at least 2 penalties for Splenda. DJ still trying to get out on the qualifying lap, and AK now back on a third scoring pass, gets taken down at turn 3 as DJ pops out at the front of the pack. AK calling it off.
4 points Baja, 0 points Bombshells.
Yep. Baja putting up 12 points for a total of 27 in that last jam, unanswered by Santa Cruz, who still stands at 6 points. We have under 20 minutes left in the first half, and we are headed into jam 7, and I have completely lost track. Our jammers are Rick the Brick and Sandrine. Sandrine out of the pack, taking lead status. Splenda following Sandrine back into that pack, getting in and helping block as soon as Sandrine hits the front there. And then Splenda bridging out as Sandrine comes out and puts 4 more points on the board for the Bombshells. Rick still in that pack as it comes around turn 2, and we have a star pass. The jammer cover going to number 26. That is Amanda Conda taking the star pass. Sandrine calling it off, putting 4 points on the board for Baja. Baja starting with a blocker standing in the ACS penalty box and the pivot sitting down in there. Spicy Icy coming to the line to jam with Barry Blitz. Both jammers starting back from that Sacramento copy and print jam line as the blockers roll back into it. Up at the front, Barry Blitz gets lead jammer for Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz still had a blocker over there in the ACS penalty box as well. Spicy Icy Barry Blitz calls it off after putting 2 points up on the board. And we have Climax coming to the line with Janibal. I feel like we've seen this matchup several times this weekend.
I've heard it.
We've at least seen it 3 times because both of them are on their 3rd jam. Actually, Climax on their fourth jam. That was a little bit of a pile up there in the front straightaway between the Sacramento copy and print jam line and the pivot line. Climax now out of the pack very quickly after recovering from that pile up. Janibal out of the pack now as well. That pack still between the jam and pivot line. And Climax gets knocked to the inside by Cat Attack and calls it off. AK-47 on the line with Death Gen Wreckers. This time the pack choosing to stay way up at that pivot line and let the jammers start at the Sacramento copy and print jam line. Still a very scrummy, tight pack as the jammers try to get around. Climax has to get past 2 more blockers from Baja. Looks like everybody now moving towards the front. Everybody go forward. AK now up at the front trying to get past number 26 and oh man, DJ headed to that ACS penalty box for a cut. Not what you want to see right now. And AK getting recycled way back there, all the way back to turn 1. There is a penalty being assessed. 2 more Santa Cruz blockers headed over to that ACS penalty box. That is now a full penalty box. AK getting out and securing that lead status for Baja. Ooh, and that pack speeding up as AK is back in there trying to put some more points on the board for Baja. Up at the front, Heloise holding on to AK, taking them into the inside. Heloise getting some assistance. I lost track of it. From 2-6. Oh, Amanda Conda. Having both teams listed as blue and white is really messing with your announcer's head. And I even circled the colors, and I'm still getting confused. It's all right, I'm pretty. Sandrine and Rick the Brick back out there on the line. Okay, guys, I know these skaters have been working all weekend. I've been working all weekend. Can we make some noise and get the energy up out here for me? Woo! Looks like we may have a full pack out there. Both jammers are out there, and I see 1, 2, 3, 4 white. You just had to make a liar out of me. That is Santa Cruz's O'Kraken Whip headed to the ACS penalty box. I think I heard a forearm called on that. And that pack just forcing those jammers to work so hard as they're slowly moving around turn 1. Rick the Brick getting so low they actually took a knee and still not moving that forward. Finally, Sandrine pushes out and gets out at the front of the pack, checks with their bench coach to see what the plan is. Santa Cruz passing that star to Toxic Bliss. And Sandrine sliding through that pack over there right as they come into the back straightaway, putting 4 points on the board for Baja. This is a long jam for these folks. Toxic Bliss getting recycled back to the back of the pack there. And Sandrine spinning around, double checking with the bench there and deciding, yep, I'm gonna keep going and get some more points on the board. Since we only have about 25 seconds left, might as well use them all. And there's a scramble out of here. Our refs are telling us there's no pack, so Sandrine gets through, puts 4 more points on the board, bringing Baja up to 50 points as we head into Jam 12. Spicy Icy coming to the line for Baja. And that is Barry Blitz on the line. Boardwalk Bombshells taking the lead in that last jam and putting 8 points on the board, bringing Santa Cruz up to 19. Baja held at 50. And coming up on the line, we have number 31, Jannibal for Baja and Climax for Santa Cruz. Climax looking at that inside line, thought that it was open. It turns out that Koshu was there. And Climax finds that opening, gets out. Does not get out cleanly though, so no lead jammer being assessed. Jannibal still has the opportunity to get that lead status. In the meantime, Climax is gonna try to get back in and put some points on the board, even if they're not lead. And that whistle means that Koshu is going to the ACS penalty box. And Santa Cruz's pivot joining Baja blocker over there in that ACS penalty box. Climax getting recycled all the way back there by Carly Quinn. And 4 points on the board for the Bombshells, bringing them up to 23. Jannibal now the jammer of record and calls it off. Santa Cruz going to start down a pivot as their pivot goes to the penalty box. AK coming to the line for Baja. Def Jam coming to the line for Santa Cruz. AK using the opening that DJ was trying to get there. AK getting that lead status once again for Baja. And the pack has not moved forward. AK has already returned and holding steady there, trying to get around on that outside lane in the front straightaway. Up at the front of the pack, DJ is getting an assistance, so to speak, from the pivots. that was kind of assisting from Amanda Conda. DJ headed to that penalty box. It looks like before DJ went to the penalty box, they did successfully pass the star to Amanda Conda. So I guess that was pretty assistant. Meanwhile, back out there, AK has made one successful pass through the pack, two successful passes through the pack. Amanda Conda, with that star in hand, is trying very hard to push that pack out of the way and get those, get through on the initial pass. And we have a forearm being called. That is on number 8 from Baja. Pony headed to that ACS penalty box for that. Both jammers out of the pack, and AK says, yep, I'm done. Let's call that off. Rick the Brick coming back out for Santa Cruz. Current score is 23-62 with Baja putting 12 points on the board. Timeout being called. Baja calling for that timeout. They want to take a moment, catch their breath, because that was a big jam. I want to read some bout shouts that I have here that are very special, but first I have to put my old lady glasses back on. Big shout out to our tournament head non-skating officials. Thanks to the dream team of Rita Slayworth, 9 Inch Wheels, and Terabyte, whose work is stellar, rosters are on time, paperwork is accurate, and people management is top notch. I 100% agree with that. Thank you so much to our tournament head, co-head. You know what? You guys know what you are. Thank you. Also, a special shout out to Ellie Mental in the OPR lane. Ellie has done it all this weekend. She's an awesome referee, a great teammate, a super baker, and an A+ friend. Keep up the good work, Ellie. Sandrine, I'm going to do it after because now they're skating. Sandrine out there jamming for Baja. Rick the Brick jamming for Santa Cruz. I think I said that already. That pack just an absolute knot there at the Sacramento copy and print line as the ACS penalty box clears out. We have a full pack now out on the track, but with a pack this close together, there is a risk of forearms. Rick the Brick pops out there at the front, gets lead status for Sacramento. Santa Cruz, not Sacramento. We're in Sacramento. Santa Cruz is skating, and Sandrine is behind. Rick the Brick out of the pack now as well. Ooh, that pack is going fast. Heloise at the back holding on to them. Hey, Sandrine, as you head back to your bench, I have a special bout shout for you. You will always be the queen. You will always be the queen of my track. Siempre serás la reina de mi pista. Isn't it? Not bad for a white girl, right? Years of mimicking. Back out on the track, we have Spicy Icy and Berry Blitz. I'm keeping this one.
You can read it again if you want.
No, I'm going to go home and put it on my wall and read it and read it and read it.
Well, I don't know if everybody heard it earlier. I barely heard it in the back.
I'll read it. I don't even know what to say about this pack, as those blockers are incredibly powerful right now. Up at the front, we have a 3-wall at the back here being set up by Baja, absolutely just rolling Berry Blitz back repeatedly. I think they're taking turns doing it, man. Pony, the last one to recycle Berry Blitz back. Berry getting knocked down to the inside. I believe that was 247 that knocked Berry down. That would be Gooey.
The walls are definitely walling.
Yes, the walls are walling, as my friend next to me has said. That pack inching its way into the apex between turns 1 and 2. And, oh, right as she thinks she's getting out, Spicy Icy gets knocked to the inside and recycled all the way back there.
Bombshells loses the jammer.
Berry Blitz headed to the ACS penalty box. Spicy Icy gets out and gets lead. We've got just over 3 minutes left in this half and less than 20 seconds in this jam. Spicy Icy back in on a scoring pass. Gonna run that clock out, trying to rack up some points there. Spicy calls it with 3 seconds left on the clock, but it does give the Baja a power start. I don't know that it's going to be a very long power start. Janibal coming back out to the Sacramento copy and print jam line. I have to read the sign over there every time I say it. Otherwise, I go Sacramento. And Janibal starting that power jam very quickly, getting out. So it was very useful to Baja.
Very useful.
I mean, their lead. Look, it's day 3. This is game 12.
A bajillion.
I think this is my 12th game this weekend. And yes, I am sitting still over here, but I talk with my whole body. That's what people don't realize. I'm not really sitting still.
All the muscles are getting it.
Janibal through the pack, putting 4 points up for Baja Roller Derby, taking them up to 71 points. I do believe it's been a couple of jams since we've seen any points go up on the board for Baja. With a star pass, Amanda Conda comes out of the pack, getting out on a qualifying lap. Janibal says, nah, I put 4 more up, 8 points on the board for Baja. I'm gonna call it off. AK-47 on the line with Climax 59. I don't know, it just felt right to do it that way.
That's how I would have done it. But the walls have been walling. That's why no points are going on.
Yep. Absolutely great blocking from both teams in this game, keeping the score relatively low. Uh-oh. I dropped my reading glasses.
I'll get them.
I think I have another pair right here.
I'll grab your other one.
I am smart. I pack more than one pair of readers. Climax twisting back here at the back of the pack, trying to get past that Baja tripod. Thanks.
They're right there.
Thank you. AK-47 finally getting out of the pack there. 30 seconds into the jam, getting that lead status for Baja. Climax right behind AK-47, and that is Queen Litigious headed to that ACS penalty box. It's the last game of the last day, and now I'm recognizing people's numbers and they're remembering their names. Welcome to my world. We are at halftime. As we go into halftime, the score is 77 Baja, 24 Bombshells. I am going to run out to the center of the track. We're going to introduce some MVPs. Give me just a minute to get there, okay? Well, guys, we're coming down to the end of the day. I do want to remind you guys that there is an after party tonight. We're going to be headed over to, oh God, I can't read this. Hold on. We're going to be headed over to Honey and the Trap at Trap Cat. I'm sure you can find the address and all the information on that by going online. Your energy is to die for. Whenever I hear this song, I think of my sister. And I know that sounds like a weird thing to say, but my sister and I saw Prince on his last tour. I had to rescue this poor woman in front of us. We were in nosebleed seats, and this lady like almost dove over the edge because she was so excited to scream, "Purple Rain! Purple Rain!" for 3 hours. Like he's not gonna do his signature song. Duh. All right, we're back out at Climax, and Sandrine are out there taking the star for the first jam. The score is 77-24 as we head into the second half. And I hear whistles blowing, but I can't see. Thank you. Sandrine out of the pack, getting lead status for Baja Roller Derby. In the meantime, we do have a fairly busy ACS penalty box over there. Both teams have a blocker sitting down. That is Heloise and Koshu out over there together. Sandrine racing past number 149. That is Catastrophe. Another great name, Catastrophe. Climax now out of the pack as well, racing past Cat Attack there at turn 4. Sandrine back through the pack, putting 4 points on the board. And Sandrine calls it off right as that ACS penalty box clears out. Nice job paying attention and getting your blocker out of the box before you called it. And who do we have on the line now? Number 65 for Santa Cruz. That is Rick the Brick. And that is Spicy Icy coming to the line for Baja. Oh, good. I'm going to give myself the hiccups. It's the end of the day. Spicy Icy getting squashed between Toxic Bliss and Splenda. Matt, thanks to Tor for being here this weekend and making sure our skaters had all their on-track needs met. Also, Matt, thanks out there to Blue doing massage and with those wonderful chairs. I have seen them, those chairs have been occupied all weekend.
She's still mad at me because I haven't gone over there yet. Sorry, Lou.
Back on the track, our blockers are blocking because that's what they do, but that pack is getting a little spread out. So they are going to be, yep, no pack being called. Spicy Icy getting out, getting that lead status once again for Baja. That pack still hung up on turn 1 as Spicy Icy returns. Rick stashing the star for a no possible star pass because the pivot was over there in the ACS penalty box. Icy calling it off. Back at it, Barry Blitz and Jannibal, your jammers at the Sacramento Copy and Print Jam line. Jannibal popping it out of the pack there, taking lead status for Baja. Barry still in the pack. Jannibal back up on the line, or engaging in the pack, getting knocked down to the outside and recycled all the way back there. That's Blenda, Heloise, and Ace Ventura holding on to Jannibal at the back of the pack as Barry Blitz gets out at the front. Fifi coming back around, and Jannibal calls it off after getting those 4 hard-won points. All of our jammers just absolutely having to fight for every single point. AK on the line with Amanda Conda coming to the line as a jammer for the first time in this half. She took a few star passes in the last half, so she did jam. Amanda Conda did jam. Miss Tiza relenting and moving back around to avoid a penalty. Up at the front, AK almost out, gets knocked to the inside. I believe that was Cleo taking AK down to the inside. Amanda Conda recycling back after going to the inside. Up at the front, Cleo and Queen Litigious holding AK-47 for as long as they can, but it looks like Cleo is going to go to the ACS penalty for a multiplayer there over here on turn 4. AK back in the pack, almost gets completely out clean when Toxic Bliss comes out of nowhere and knocks AK to the ground. I believe that's Toxic and Queen Litigious up there holding on to AK. And Miss Tiza also up there in that tripod helping hold on to her. I think that's Tiza. AK now out, putting 4 more points on the board, taking Baja over the century mark. Santa Cruz's Toxic Bliss headed to the ACS penalty box. Not going to be lonely over there, though, as Santa Cruz's O'Kraken Whip goes in to sit down with Bliss. That jam comes to its conclusion. 8 points on the board by Baja, taking them up to 105. Santa Cruz being held at 24. Santa Cruz going to be starting with a blocker deficit as we head into the next jam. Climax on the line. Sandrine on the line as well. Hey, Sandrine, if you didn't hear it before, nope, now they're having a conversation. I really am trying to make sure everybody hears their bout shouts. And I'm going to reread a bout shout from the last one. To the announcers, refs, and my fellow Flamingos, I have watched you work so hard all weekend. You all are phenomenal. I adore you, appreciate you, and love all of your faces. Hugs and stitches, needle fever. So for my officials and volunteers, thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Anytime. Y'all, we have 22 and a half minutes left in this tournament. Oh my gosh. Climax coming out to the line with Sandrine. That is a significantly reduced pack out there with 2 of Santa Cruz's blockers sitting in the ACS penalty box. Well, one of them standing now. Up at the front, Sandrine has managed to get out of the pack and get lead status once again for Baja. We are on Jam 5, and I believe they've had lead every time, haven't they? That jam was just long enough to get all of Santa Cruz's blockers out of the ACS penalty box. So this time, it'll be Baja starting down a blocker. We've got Spicy Icy back on the line with Rick the Brick. Honestly, I am in awe of these skaters being out there after 3 days. My body hurts for them.
Mine does too.
I forgot and took my footrest out to the car, so my feet are dangling now. I'm just gonna put my foot on a bucket and whatever is over here.
Oh, yeah.
You have a short announcer.
I can empty it and
Oh, no, we're fine. We're fine. Honestly, I've been using it all weekend. Spicy Icy in the back of the pack there. It looks like Bombshells losing their pivot to the ACS penalty box. Icy pushing against those Bombshells at the front. Oh, Icy going to the ACS penalty box, losing that, giving a power jam to Rick. This is the opportunity Santa Cruz is looking for. Their blockers backing up, letting Rick the Brick push at the front. And sweeping up to the front, trying to sweep those Baja blockers out of the way as the pack heads into the back straightaway. And on the inside, Rick the Brick escapes and gets lead status for Santa Cruz. Right as that power jam comes to an end, Rick the Brick back in a scoring position, gets knocked to the outside, comes back in. Spicy Icy at the back of the pack. Rick calls it off after putting 3 points on the board for Santa Cruz. Nicely done. Everyone, really. Barry Blitz on the line with Jannibal. Already leaning into each other before that whistle starts. Jannibal on the inside, out of the pack, gets lead status before that pack even hits the pivot line. Barry Blitz getting recycled back and trying to go on the outside, gets taken out by number 16. That is Carly Quinn. And Jannibal putting up 4 points. A star pass to Toxic Bliss. That is Toxic's second time taking a star pass. And Jannibal losing that lead status, heading over to the ACS penalty box. That pack back on turn 2. Recycling Bliss back to the back of the pack. I lost track of who the jammer was. It's when I'm switching viewpoints. I can't see turn 2 from here, so I watch over here. There's all these lovely officials doing their officially things. That pack on the back straightaway. Both jammers back in and engaged. Jannibal out getting another 4 points for Baja Roller Derby. Baja at 115 now. Santa Cruz at 27. And 686, Cat Attack heading to the ACS penalty box for a multiplayer. Jannibal has been through the pack 3 times now, headed in on a 4th pass, putting up 12 points so far. And the jam comes to its natural conclusion at 2 minutes. Santa Cruz putting up 4 points. Baja putting up 13 points in that last jam. I think that may be our biggest jam of this game. And we're seeing lower scoring jams, not smaller jams, because every jam is big. Because these blockers are doing their jobs the way they should and holding on to those jammers, not letting them run away with the score. Amanda Conda and AK on the line now. AK headed into that penalty box. Amanda Conda getting out and getting the lead status. And nice little bean dip around at turn 2, passing, I believe that was Jackie, getting 4 points for the Bombshells. Will Amanda Conda be able to do it again? Cat Attack and Pony say no. Gui helping them with that tripod here at turn 4. Up in the front, waiting for AK to return to the track. Jackie and Cleo bridging out, making sure everybody's still in play. It's awfully nice of them. Santa Cruz pivot. Headed to that ACS penalty box for a forearm. I believe that was Catastrophe. Cleo out there bridging, making sure that they are still in play at the back as AK gets out on the initial pass, and Amanda Conda with... We have an official timeout being called. We're going to do some score clarification. Sandrine, you're on the track. I could do this again. I'm over here in the corner. Hi. I have a bout shout for you. I'm going to do it again to make sure you hear it. It says, you will always be the queen of my track. Siempre serás la reina de mi pista. See? I can't do it. And make sure she hears it. What's happening?
She was looking at her teammates, shaking her head and making faces.
So, skaters, how you feeling out there on the track? You having fun? They're like, can we just skate? How about in the crowd? Are you guys having fun? Benches, are you having fun? I would ask my officials, but they're busy. Climax and Sandrine going to be your jammers this time. We have less than 15 minutes left in the game. The score is 39-120. Climax getting knocked to the outside. No, that was Splenda getting knocked to the outside. Climax is pushing against that wall. Ironically, I think some of their own blockers were in that wall. Big recycling happening here all the way back to turn 4. Now everybody back on the Sacramento copy and print jam line. Half the pack in front of the line, half the pack behind the line. Sandrine finding an opening there But getting a forearm and headed to that ACS penalty box, that gives Climax a power jam, and Climax is out of the pack as well. However, we are not going to have a lead jammer because Climax didn't get it on that pass, and Sandrine went to the penalty box before it was assessed. So we do have a full 2-minute jam, and I do believe I see Tiza in that penalty box. Yes, indeed, that is Ms. Tiza over there. Splenda not going to leave Tiza alone for long, though.
We have a single large unisex tournament shirt left. If you want to announce that, we're going to shut down merch at 5 minutes left. There's one tournament shirt left, unisex large. If someone wants to come snag it.
How large?
It's $25.
No, what size is it?
It's a large unisex tournament shirt.
Nah.
Okay.
I was like,
I would give you first dibs. I'd hold it for you until you're done.
yeah, large would be too tight here.
Yeah.
They're actually run big.
What size are you?
I have a 3X on me. I normally wear a 3X, and it's baggy.
I'm comfortable in a 2X, so. Hey guys, we have one last tournament t-shirt available. It is a large, it's $25. We're gonna be shutting down the merch table up there. So if you want to run over there right now and get that last t-shirt, it's limited edition. It'll never be back. Rick the Brick and Spicy Icy on the line now. Current score is 42-124. Baja leading the pack, so to speak. I am goofy. It's been a long weekend.
I love it.
Look at that incredible blocking being done by all 4 of Santa Cruz's blockers. Now, Spicy Icy getting an assist there, getting some offense play from the blockers for Baja. Oh, those blockers so focused. They opened up that outside line, and Icy saw it, took advantage of it. 16 trying to recycle Rick back, however, getting sent to that ACS penalty box. That pack getting real spread out over there. Spicy Icy now on a second scoring pass. Well, as soon as I said the pack was spread out, they all just ran back and turned into a little scrum there. Not before Toxic Bliss took that star cover and ran out of the pack. Icy calling it off after putting 8 points on the board in that last jam. Barry Blitz coming to the Sacramento Copy and Print jam line with Janibal.
You wanted to know who kept the belt shells. Okay. I'll go let him know if he's looking for a particular one.
This is all I have.
Okay.
Oh no, there's a bunch. 10.5 minutes left on the game clock. We have a team timeout. I want to thank all of our vendors for being out here with us this weekend, and we also want to thank all of our sponsors for making sure this happens. ACS, Low Chiropractic. Holy cow, my brain is shutting down. Look, I have a list. We want to thank Torch Quad Shop, Empire Comics Vault, and Hot Sauce, Urban Flex and Flow, Low Chiropractic, ACS, and all of our vendors. Our vendors over there were Berry Crafty, Tor, Side Stitches by Sammy, Elixir Labs, Hydration, Body Breakdown, and Rainbow Families Action. We want to thank Meza California, Tipico, Nika, and Drewski's, and Jerk Tacos for coming out and feeding us this weekend. We also want to make sure and thank all of our hosts here this weekend. Thank you, Sacramento Roller Derby, for making an incredible event happen. Jannibal out of the pack very quickly. Pack still behind that pivot line, getting out and running in to put some points on the board. Barry Blitz now out of the pack as well. We are in Jam 12. I have given up tracking my stats. I am just going to talk about the score.
That's when you know it's been a long weekend.
It just got a little messy. Coming to the line now, Amanda Conda. Fun fact about Amanda Conda, she used to skate for Sacramento, but she decided to move over to Santa Cruz. I don't blame her. I love Santa Cruz. It's my favorite place in California that's not Disneyland.
I was helping out in Santa Cruz when Amanda Conda got there.
Oh, that's awesome. Amanda Conda and AK, your jammers as we start Jam 12. I feel like I'm saying this every jam. Those blockers are holding steady there. Have they made a full lap around the track in the last 3 jams? I don't know. I don't feel like it. I know the jammers have because we've had scores, but 136 to 42 with less than 9 minutes in the game.
The walls are walling.
The walls are walling, the floor is flooring. Thank God my chair is still chairing.
The refs are still reffing.
It looks like we're going to need somebody to bridge out there to keep everybody in play, or a ref is going to be reffing and saying, no pack.
There it is.
Noah Fallon throwing those arms up for us. No pack. How's that penalty box looking over there? It has been a busy ACS penalty box this weekend. I truly appreciate the hard work by those NSOs in particular, all of our NSOs really, but those NSOs have been very, very, very busy. Amanda Conda getting out, getting lead status with a star pass on Baja now. Jackie taking that star. Amanda Conda calling it off. No points on the board for either team in that last jam. Climax putting on that star for Santa Cruz. And Sandrine coming back to the line for Baja. Splenda rolling in to help Catastrophe hold on to the jammer there for just a moment. It does look like Sandrine has gotten out and is lead jammer. That pack swirling around there on turn 1. Baja's number 423 headed to the ACS penalty box. That is Oogie Boogie. Ah. 3 points on the board for Baja in that last pass. No points on the board for Santa Cruz. I was about to say Jackie was coming to the line, but Jackie has the pivot cover on, not the star cover. Spicy Icy coming out there with Rick the Brick. That pack scrumming up right there on the Sacramento copy and print jam line and staying that way all the way to the pivot line. Rick the Brick knocked to the outside, coming back in, now knocked to the inside. That is 16 and 247, holding on to Rick there at the back of the pack. Oh, on the inside, Spicy Icy sliding out. Yes, that was the 8-2-3. Rick's got to get past one more blocker and does so. Rick now out of the pack. And Baja's pivot headed to the ACS penalty box. 1-4-3. Those are my favorite numbers.
I love you pager numbers.
It is. When August and I were skating, my kid, we were 1-4-3 and 1-4-3-2. It is the gushiest, mushiest reason to have a derby number ever. But yes, we were I love you and I love you too.
Mine is 13 for Friday the 13th and 31 for Halloween. So 13:31.
I started as Lucky 13 when we could have letters. Barry Blitz and Jannibal jamming this time. That pack holding them behind the Sacramento print copy. See, I didn't look at the sign.
Sacramento copy and print.
Yeah, that. Jannibal headed to that ACS penalty box, giving Barry Blitz a power jam. And we have a star pass to Catastrophe. Fifi jamming for the first time in this game, I believe. Wait, let me look at my notes. Oh yeah, I lost track. Actually, I know that is Catastrophe's first time on the line in this, with the star in this game, even if it is a star pass. Somebody's getting a whistle blown at them. Naughty. Cat attack. All I can see is the top of their helmets over there. So I see a white helmet and a gold helmet, and I know there's one of each, but I don't know who it is. Catastrophe still out there jamming for the Bombshells. Jannibal in the pack as well. Jannibal has to get around number 3. That is Ace Ventura. Jannibal now out of the pack. I believe that is an initial pass. Catastrophe and Santa Cruz putting up 8 points in that last jam. That is their biggest jam in a while. We love seeing that. 11 points. Woohoo! 2.5 minutes left in the game. Y'all should be on your feet making some noise for these skaters. Wow. I love you guys, but I'm not impressed. There is one of me, and I bet I can be louder than you. All I have to do is tell the skaters and the derby people that I'm louder. Gets the results I want. We have a team timeout being called by Baja. They're going to take a moment, catch their breath, prepare for this last 2.5 minutes. This music added to the playlist yesterday at Baja's request. It is a good choice. I was asked for Bad Bunny specifically. Bad Bunny has a lot of E songs that have that little E next to them. I may have slid some onto the list. I did also put Otaku Girl by Megan Thee Stallion on there because I like that song. It is not family friendly. But I will blast it in my car driving down the freeway. I think my favorite thing is when I get to a stoplight and I have, a Taco Girl or Bad Bunny blasting and people next to me are like, look, I like all music, okay? Amanda Conda out there jamming for the Bombshells. AK back on the track for Baja. We have 2 minutes left on the jam clock, 2 minutes and 10-ish seconds. I got fussed at for cutting the time off, but yeah, every time I say the time, it changes. AK-47 taking a spill there at turn 1, recovering right back up into pushing against that wall. Up at the front, Amanda Conda going down to the inside, knocked down by Pony. Pony also kind of making sure Amanda Conda was okay. It's the end of the game. The score is 53-145. That pack moving slowly through the apex. Ooh! Once again, Pony and Amanda Conda going down there. Amanda Conda has lost the star cover. And I believe we'll be going back around to get it. I don't know where that star cover went, but it is not on Conda's head. Okay. So there was a, I believe there was somebody guarding it over here, making sure that nobody got tangled up on it. And that was a Baja skater guarding it, by the way, just making sure nobody got tangled up and helping keep everybody safe. AK, your lead jammer. AK's got to get past Toxic. Jam coming to its natural conclusion at 2 minutes. We've only got 16 seconds left on the game clock. The current score is Bombshells 55, Baja 149, and we have a timeout being called. Team timeout by the Bombshells. Might as well, since we have that timeout left, and there are 4 seconds left on the game clock. Great job out there, Santa Cruz. Phenomenal job out there, Baja.
Can you give a shout out to Gecko Fury, aka Fernando?
Gecko Fury.
AKA
Fernando? Hey, we got a shout out for Gecko Fury, aka Fernando. Splenda says hi. Splenda didn't really say hi. I added that because I didn't know what to say. 4 seconds on the game clock. Our team timeout has come to an end. Our refs are lining back up. We've got Sandrine and Climax out there. I think we're going to give these folks one more jam. Climax on the outside, running for the front. Both jammers out almost simultaneously. Climax just ahead of Sandrine. They are going to race back to that. Climax using a shoulder check on Sandrine there as they approach the pack. Climax running into Koshu there at the front of the pack and getting knocked to the inside, recycle back. Now on the outside, back to the inside. Looking for an assist there from Ms. Tiza. Sandrine through, putting 8 points on the board now for Baja Roller Derby. Climax does have the lead and can call it off whenever. Oh, and Climax loses the lead, so it's going to be a 2-minute jam. Climax in that ACS penalty box for a forearm called on the outside here. I think it was Elemental. It was either Elemental or Bio Bombshell that called that penalty. Pack holding steady here, coming back together at turn 4. It is a small pack. We've got a lot of blockers in that ACS penalty box. Does Santa Cruz have one blocker on the track? Okay, they have 2 out there. There's a dark tower in front of me. Could somebody take down the dark tower, please? Can you ask the medic to sit down?
Oh, yeah.
holding on to the jammers over there in the back straightaway. Climax has returned to the track now. Gets knocked to the outside as the 2 minutes of blah, blah, blah. Blah. Folks, we are done. So I am Calamity Wren. I am done talking until forever. Okay, I'm done talking until I get in my car. Okay, I'm done talking on the mic. Yeah, that's probably the most honest statement I'll make all day. It has been a pleasure to talk to you about roller derby. Thank you to Santa Cruz and Baja for letting me do this at the end of the weekend. You guys are lovely. Remember, there is an after party. It's happening at Honey and the Trap at Trap Cat. That sounds far too young for me. But y'all go out. Remember, everybody wins at the after party. Folks, once again, thank you to Sacramento for hosting and letting me be here with you. And thank you to all of our incredible athletes who came out this weekend and kicked butt. Good night, good luck, drive safe. You're welcome, I heard that.